Okay, hey y'all, my name's Ryan Clark,
I'm Trinity Gary.
I'm Mia Barfield.
I'm Taylor Lewis.
I'm Haley Russell.
and we're the Brookville Love Project. Okay, here are just a few pictures of us working on our project throughout the semester. It took a lot of work and a few months, but it was definitely worth it in the end. So, the background of the Brookville Love Project is that some women of the First United Methodist Church in Starkville had seen over the news just a lot of conflict and poverty happening in Brookville, and so they decided they wanted to do something about it. And so they eventually went up to the projects and they asked the people what they needed. And one of the main concerns of the residents living in Brookville was laundry. And so Laundry Love was founded, and the women would bring in quarters and other supplies to help them do laundry and just make it easier on the residents. And then later on, Library Love was founded, which was an event to help people, like help the kids in Brookville read and just really get them into reading and literacy and just to help them become like really successful students in school. And our service project we made is our two tarps for the kids to sit on during the summer programs because these are necessary since there's so many programs happening during the year and they have nowhere to sit.
For the accomplishments we had this year was one, finishing the TARP, which was our main goal. Another accomplishment we had was connecting with the Brookville community to better understand where they come from. Um, and another accomplishment we had was overcoming conflicts in our group, which you'll notice is a big thing of our group, but we definitely overcame it. And another accomplishment we had was gaining leadership skills and being able to relate to them too after day one is over.
There are ample amount of benefits given to the Brookville community. The volunteers of Brookville Love provided books for the children and quarters and detergent for the residents to wash their clothes at their own leisure. We provided a tarp for the children to sit on during the summer program to help with their learning. And we also created a fundraiser to help gain quarters and other things for the people in the community.
We have had several conflicts since the beginning of the semester, such as we had disagreements with our CP considering what our project should actually be. We had scheduling issues within our own action team, and we had problems collecting the right supplies for our tarp. We solved this by having a conversation with our CP to create compromises to figure out what works best. We had a group discussion with our action team members to figure out when we could volunteer, and we contacted the people in charge of the supplies to get the right supplies for the tarp. We learned many lessons, but our biggest lesson was we learned how to communicate well, and we learned how to deal with conflict, especially within our own group. And we learned that conflict is not always a bad thing because it can result in a better outcome.
Even though we have faced difficult obstacles throughout this semester, we were able to move past them and take a step back, regroup after looking at the situation from different angles, and we have found that we can move forward with our CP and with our action team. We've become a greater team since we have had those discussions as a team and to be able to understand one another and where we were all at our standpoint to where we can help out. And since then, we've become a better action team.